Welcome! This is a series of videos I'm doing where I cover different aspects of what it's like when you lose your eye. It's this one in case you haven't picked up on that yet. And I lost my eye on February 22nd because I had a very large cancerous tumor in it. And it's called ocular melanoma. It's very rare. There's about 2,500 cases a year in the United States. I first heard about ocular melanoma when my retinal specialist said, "Hey, yes, you do have a retinal detachment, but that's not the problem. The problem is you have a big tumor in your eye, and that's causing the retinal detachment." So I learned a lot in a very short period of time, and I decided not to do radiation, which is called brachytherapy, because the radiation will kill the tumor, but it also damages your eye. And my vision was already messed up, and statistically, I would probably be functionally blind, if not completely blind, if I tried to treat it with radiation. So I said, hey, let's pull that sucker out. Get rid of it, start from scratch, take the tumor with it. I don't really want the dead tumor in my body. So that's what we did. So they put you under for surgery, and when you wake up, you have a conformer in your eye socket. I'm wearing it right now. So when somebody's not wearing their prosthetic, here's mine. I actually don't wear this very often. I wear my conformer most of the time. This was hand painted. It's kind of spoon shaped, right? It's kind of like a giant contact. So this is handmade just for me, and it looks pretty damn real when it's in. However, my ocular said, don't wear that surfing. You'll lose it in the ocean. I have surfing clients, and they've all lost their eye in the ocean. That eye is $4,000. So you don't want to lose it in the ocean. So if I'm not going to wear it surfing, I'm obviously not going to wear it before I go to bed. So if I do wear my prosthetic, I take it out at night and put in my plastic conformer. And then it stays in, sleep, I wake up, I go surf, come home, eat breakfast, start working. Before I know it, hey, it's nighttime again, and I never put in my prosthetic. That's basically my day-to-day routine. I don't put my prosthetic in that often. Kind of special occasions, things like that. It's not nearly as comfortable as going bare. So the plastic conformer is there to do two things. It protects your eye and also lets the medicine come and go. So I have a series of holes in my my conformer, that allow the medicine to go back and through. This was only when I was healing. I don't need medicine anymore. But in the first 4 weeks, you're using antibiotic drops and ointments, and you want it to go through the holes and get to the tissue. When you're all healed, it also helps to let tears go back and forth and not let air bubbles form. But its most important feature, I think, is to maintain the shape and integrity of my socket and not let my eye shrink, right? You don't want your eyelids to start shrinking, because they will over time. So it's there to maintain the shape of my socket mainly. So I'm going to show it to you right now. And it's easy to get in, but a little hard to get out because it's so lightweight. So I swipe down and over, and you can kind of start seeing it peek out, right? So you see that little piece of plastic there? There we go. It's coming. You can kind of see it working its way down. I'm going to lift up this lid a little bit and blink. It's coming. It's coming. And it's almost there. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. So here it is. Take a good look at it. So it's kind of egg-shaped, right? And it's sort of like a giant contact. There we go. Let's look at this side here. So you can see it's got holes. Let me see if I can get the holes just right so you can see them. There we go. So it's got one hole in the middle, surrounded by 6 other holes. So 7 holes total. I like this model a lot. I think it's kind of cool to have lots of holes. So, and here's the front. The Small side goes inward, big size goes out. Just kind of how the way your eyes are shaped, right? They're a little tighter in the middle. And let me see, put my hand here. It's just so hard to see this. There we go. So yeah, I can see the holes, right? So that's my clear plastic conformer. I wear this all the time. So I'm going to put it back in. Goes in easy because it's so tiny. It's just slip it up and it's back into place. Now this is what it looks like close up. This is the part that trips people out. You can see the holes, can't you? So when I'm looking around, I'm talking to somebody, right? So you can see how much eye socket movement I have. My orbital implant's just flying all over the place. So, and it's dragging the conformer with it. But if you'll notice, there's also these holes, and these holes pick up the light in an interesting way. So sometimes people look at my eye, and then they become really confused because they're convinced they see some kind of a pupil, which makes them think it will grow back at some point, which of course it's never going to grow back. It's not how eye works when you have them removed. So thanks for listening. I hope you learned something. Everyone who has a prosthetic has a conformer. If they don't have their prosthetic in, they're probably wearing their conformer. But no one really talks about them, but I think they're actually kind of cooler than the eye itself. So thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. And it's time for a sitcom freeze frame.